I'm ready whenever you are.
All right. So, the group receives letters informing the Sterlings that they are to host Princess Solana from Belloverde. However, no one knows the proper etiquette to greet a princess. So Miss Thorne reaches out to Lady Eleanor Sterling for guidance. Meanwhile, Princess Solana also receives a letter from the Divine State hinting at something important to come. Surprisingly, Solana is eager to stay with the Sterlings, which raises some suspicions among the group. Dove, ever curious, snoops through the princess's belongings and discovers that she's the opposite of the princesses from fairy tales. Dominic, too, starts to suspect that there's more to Solana than meets the eye. Amidst the growing intrigue, it is revealed that Eleanor Sterling is facing a lawsuit from a competitor who blames her for their failures.
Wait, how did we know Seth was going to use this power to word everything in the way that he wants it to be recorded?
Hey, the chat AI wrote it away. I'm reading it away.
Oh my god!
You had a robot.
Oh, so funny.
Okay. Who blames her for their failures. Despite these complications, the group tries to maintain some normalcy, having lunch together and witnessing the birth of a Pegasus, adding an unexpected touch of wonder to the day. Clearly, there's a lot happening, from royal mysteries to personal drama, all wrapped up in a world of secrets waiting to be uncovered.
Yeah.
Good job.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
Lovely.
I volunteered to do it, then immediately was like, I don't remember what happened.
There wasn't a ton that happened.
How dare you?
Yeah, as far as like actual events, not a lot of time passed. It was like
to give
4 hours.
the bullet points of, it wasn't a lot. There was just like a lot of like conversations and stuff that happened.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Does
Letters
anybody
were important.
have
Not a lot.
anything else that they wanted to mention from last session? Yes, Seth.
Sorry. Bridget is Owen's little sister, and there's
Yes.
some weird, like, family tension there.
Yeah.
Like,
What?
she's not exactly happy about.
Woo!
That's
She's not
crazy.
exactly happy about the connection between Owen and the Sterlings.
I don't think it's that.
Oh, and Solana asked Dominic about his hand, which apparently went over well till she showed her bitchy side. Oh, sorry, her aggressive side.
Her
Yeah, that
mean girls.
the moment in the carriage made everyone go,
That was crazy.
I like those moments.
anything else from last session? We ended last session with the princess joining and staying at the Sterling Manor, and then we've had a whole week of play-by-posts on our Discord threads with a ton of separate conversations. Every single person wanted their own one-on-one conversation with every other player, and they were all fantastic. And so we're gonna, at some point, get those put onto like a single book,
A lot of bonding.
something. A lot of bonding, a lot of insight into everyone's characters' minds. And thank you, Seth. You can take an inspiration for doing the recap.
Thank you.
Well, welcome everyone to Chapter 3 of Proper War, Book 2 in the Regencia series. I did not title this chapter because I just keep saying the titles and then changing it at the end of the session. So it's chapter 3.
Good.
Numero tres.
I do want to, for right now's sake, go to each person and have you give like a 1 to 2 sentence, so very short, explanation of what conversations you had in the play-by-post, but what your character had/did during our week. And unless there's something really important that you didn't mention to me, message me about, or play out in the play-by-post, then just tell us, what conversations had happened so we have that context moving forward. And we're going to start with Bridget.
Okay. Bridget had 3 conversations, one with Princess Solana, one with Dove, and one with Eleanor. She was also in the large tea party scene, but did not say anything out loud in that, so mostly just kind of watched. With Solana, she spoke about religion and faith a little bit. She was very interested in Solana's home religion and asked a few questions about that, even got some reading assignments, which she was very excited about. With Dove, it was more of a confrontation, as they have not gotten along and are now roommates. It started with a little prank done to Bridget and ended with some understanding on both sides, but things are still not fully resolved. There's a temporary truce going on, I guess you could say. With Eleanor, there was some talk of family complications, complicated feelings with family. It seems like maybe they do have more in common than they originally thought, but I guess, I don't know. Not a ton was said on Bridget's side, actually. More just like listening to Eleanor, keeping that close to her heart, making a note of that, and then heading out.
Yeah, that head out with Eleanor, the conversation with Eleanor was stressful. I was like, this is so... Oop, she left. It was great. Not in a bad way. It was great. You what?
She doesn't know her that well yet.
Yeah. Thank you. Seth.
So Princess Solana had 3 conversations as well. One with Miss Thorne, where they discussed Belloverd's religion and kind of bonded over some of their faith and maybe a little bit of Solana's family trauma. Then there was the Hindenburg of a conversation that happened with Eleanor, where Solana figured a businesswoman would want someone to cut straight to the point, and Eleanor got upset when she asked her to help make allies. And then there was a conversation with Dominic that felt like a proposal / sparring match when we discussed doing favors for each other and certain... What was the word you used? You said it so many times. I'm drawing a blank.
Let me look back. Word that I use so many times.
I'm gonna find it
I
right
use
now.
the word gaze a lot. Gaze. I was just like rereading some of.
Assurances. He wanted assurances from a princess who was by herself, alone in a country with no power and no support. That's what Dominic Sterling wanted from young, innocent, beautiful Solana.
She's far from innocent.
She's also far from young.
The young one that keeps calling everyone
young one.
Child.
Child and young one. And
I think it was a terrible idea to let Seth go first, because there's a lot of unreliable narration going on.
He's telling it from Solana's perspective.
Yeah.
You know
for
what?
sure.
Just to allow M to sort of build and stew a little bit, let's go to Milo.
So yeah, so it was pretty much Dominic got his new room, which he kind of dubs the room of departure, for certain reasons. And he just he had a moment, to himself in that room. It was a room that Nicholas and Oliver were once in, and now they're not around anymore. He had a little moment, and then he sprung into action, and tried to form as many alliances as, or at least tried to reach out and get some help from whomever he could. And yeah, he reached out to Eleanor for help with the Vein Forge, and reached out to get some assurances from Solana, and then also reached out to Dove for some help with the Bruix situation. And so it was just all about finding that help, and just really trying to deal with the situation that he's in. And I couldn't get to Bridget's. I'm sorry. We'll find a way. But anyways, and yeah. So it's just reaching out, and it's gonna be a tough journey ahead. But we're gonna keep pushing and keep taking it one step at a time.
I did appreciate. I could see this very clear story thread with all of
Storyline.
Dominic's conversations, and it felt very much like it was very clear what what Dominic's purpose was and what he was trying to do, and it was cool getting to see like, here's this part of the plan, here's this part of the plan, here's this part of the plan, and this is kind of what his goal is. So that was really cool to see sort of that connection amongst all the threads with people.
And making sure like he gets his like priorities straight at the moment. So like this is his like top priority, because at this, I think a lot of it's just like this is the most important thing right now, and really just making himself and his like personal things secondary, just because maybe like he doesn't want to deal with that trauma, but also at the same time it's probably not going to matter if he doesn't deal with like the coming darkness that's approaching. So
yeah, I mean, Dominic's the only one that got sort of some of these visiony things, insight into something coming, and so the communication, the sharing of information that I saw this week was so satisfying. Thank
I'm
you,
so glad that
everyone.
everybody believed me on that. I thought everybody was going to be like, you're crazy, and
Well, there's
I
still
thought I was
time.
going to get gaslighted again. I barely handled Chantry's gaslighting, and now
I don't want to talk about the werewolves. I'm not talking about the werewolves.
Weasels.
There were no
weasels.
werewolves.
Yeah, I was like, I don't remember werewolves. And then he said weasel. I was like, oh, right.
there's no werewolves in Regencia.
Chantry made me feel like an
Vampires.
idiot for thinking there might be werewolves.
I had to. You were way too clever and smart, catching on to things too quick.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. See, doesn't that make up for the whole last year of gaslighting?
Yeah.
Okay, Brooklyn, your turn.
Yeah, I'll just, Dove put fish in Bridget's bed, and then came to, I'll start to, like, understand and respect her by the end, even though that's maybe not where Bridget is at, because Dove is abrasive. And then talked to Dominic, got a little bit of angst out there, talked a little bit about what happened, sort of there. Barrig had a a romantic scene with Berg. And then even in the tea section, I had a little interaction with Solana that was kind of fun. And then Dove swallowed a bee almost in the middle of tea, and that was delightful. And
I
then
told
I'll let
Sarah, I was
Eleanor-
like, today I made Dove almost swallow a bee. And she's like, what? I'm like, honey. And she's like, oh no, why would you do that? I'm like, no, it was great.
because it was perfect. Dove's like standing up to this princess, and then immediately is like, I can't be a part of this conversation anymore. Hang on.
Well, I love how you're
and then
trying to do everything so subtly, but then you're like, I'm scooping her out of my cup, and I'm speaking into my cup. Like, Dove was like, everyone look at me, and then she's like, like.
And then I got a dirty 20 on my like stealth thing, and everybody saw it anyways. So I'm like, and then Eleanor and I hung out, but I'll let you do that one since you're going last.
Okay, M.
Yeah, that's me. First, Eleanor and Dom talked a little bit about the vein forges and potentially reaching out to assist them since they have sequestered themselves away at their estate. Then Eleanor and Bridget spoke a little bit. Eleanor opened up a little bit about her mother and how love can present itself in different ways, whether good or bad.
Yeah, it can.
Yep. Then she spoke with Solana, who asked for her help, and then very, very quickly accused her and Nicholas specifically of murdering countless innocents. Which, granted, Eleanor took... not murdered. Slaughtered countless innocents. Which, granted, Eleanor took offense to. So they're...
Such a whiny baby. Sorry.
Okay.
I love you. I love Eleanor. Love everyone at the table.
I'm not...
You're getting too into Solana. Oh no. The method.
So,
The method acting.
Yep. So, Eleanor would not stand for such blatant disregard, princess or not. And basically said, I don't want or need your approval, and don't lecture me about, taking necessary steps and sacrificing for what has to be done. But still said that and made a comment about how pretty much if it weren't for the Sterlings that she would still be rotting in her gilded cage in the court of law.
Wow.
And said if you need help getting in contact with the families, that she would make the necessary arrangements, and that was pretty much the end of that conversation.
Hindenburg.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, Solana literally set the match. She's like, I don't know why it caught on fire. It just spontaneously combusted. It was crazy, guys. And then Dove stopped by the menagerie to meet with Eleanor, and they had a nice little conversation kind of about maybe what each of them was going through. Dove mostly in a ham-fisted way to get Eleanor to open up.
That was so great.
Here's what I'm feeling. I'm feeling this and this. Sound like something you're feeling?
What might you be feeling?
Which Eleanor did open up a little bit to her, which I think in at least 3 out of the 4 conversations she had, she did open up a little bit about what she was feeling. So after a nice little conversation where Eleanor expressed maybe some sadness about the situation that she was in with having to hide her and Dahlia's marriage, Dove decided to try and lighten the mood and go do something crazy. And so they headed off to the Pierced Pig to go get some tattoos.
Mm.
Yeah.
Seth, you better watch yourself. I'm gonna come find you and I'm gonna fight you.
What did I do?
Little PvP
Bantry
combat there.
refuses to let me mute my mic. He wants these.
That's true.
And then she was at tea and mostly quiet, except when she was trying to clean up after her mother.
Oh, Maeve.
I was so happy to leave the Maeve messages when everyone was clearly asleep because no one else was commenting, and I was like, I'm gonna wake up
That
to a
was crazy.
trash fire in the morning.
And I was like, oh god, how am I gonna handle this? Oh my goodness.
Oh, dumpster
Yeah.
fire. We
Woke
love
me up
a
quick.
Maeve.
I was
I
feeling
love
very Captain Amelia. Was it Shut Your Howling Screamer from Treasure Planet.
Oh, right.
Anyone
Yes.
did?
Yes.
See?
Sorry,
I
I,
watched
forgot her
that
name,
today.
but I know who that is.
Did you? Oh, we watched it.
I
the
did
other day.
watch it
So
today.
good. So
You guys, this is so when John Silver's like reaching between the treasure and like saving
yeah.
Jim, my 7-year-old daughter goes, "Save the treasure."
Priorities. I like your
That's so
priorities.
Emma. I love that.
What? Oh no. Oh no.
Be
So
your
we-
child.
So we were watching it, and I was telling Mary, because that movie came out when I was like 10 or something, and I was like, man, I always loved Captain Amelia. She was like my favorite. She's like, that makes sense. That makes sense. And I was like, why? She's like, you like him a little mean. I was like,
Oh god.
Just powerful and capable, you know?
powerful, capable women. That's hot.
You are slightly
And
mean.
also kind of mean.
Yep.
Also kind of mean. Just be mean a
Nev.
little.
Captain Amelia.
Yeah, man.
Same person.
Yeah. Same pipeline.
I also almost throw up when all the treasure gets sucked into nothingness. I'm like, we could save some. You could fill your pockets.
Stuff in my pocket.
It doesn't make you any less of a good person to get your pockets full.
That's not what it was about,
Grab
Chantry,
something.
okay?
It kind of was.
It could
We
be.
can have both. You can have both.
He's like, I found a couple gems and you were able to rebuild your life with them. Like, imagine what you could have done with one whole pocket full.
I kind of felt that way about Aladdin after he got sealed in the like Cave of Wonders. I'm like, Genie's gonna get you out of here. You might as well take everything you can.
Yeah, you've already faced the consequence.
Exactly. Take it if it's not nailed down.
I have
That's what I
been
said.
Our inner rogues
allowing us to just have so much fun talking because I'm looking for a freaking piece of information that I needed.
Okay,
It's
where are
fine.
we starting so I can get the music ready?
I love to hear
Um,
myself talk, so like let's just I can help you out with that. What do you need? Is it on lore side or is it on Discord for information?
Oh no, it can't be found. It's on a secret. Y'all can't see this side. But
Can you like adjust your camera again so that way I can just like take a look at your notes?
Yeah, let's just see your notes.
Joke's
Jamie.
on y'all. I put them all to the side today.
Ah,
Except you held them up in front of the camera.
There was nothing on it.
One post
backtrack
note.
saved. Oh wait.
You said my name. What do you need?
Oh,
What do you
sorry.
want?
I would like for you to give me like a gothic religio
Oh, perfect. Got it.
kind of vibe.
Gregorian
I got
chanting.
Yeah.
I got cathedral ambience for you there.
Of course you do. I love you
Oh.
so much.
You got me? I'm gonna fight you. I'm gonna fight you, okay?
Yeah. Okay.
Why are you trying to fight me, Seth?
From my small, shriveled princess heart, I love you so much.
Don't need more antagonistic people in my life.
Only slightly mean, pretty blonde elves.
No, I don't need a pretty blonde elf.
We all need pretty blonde elves in our lives.
You just said you like them mean.
Mm-hmm.
Eleanor's a married woman. Thank you.
Not according to the rest of the world.
Hey, threesomes exist in
I
this world,
hate
so.
you.
That's
so
true.
much.
It's sanctioned.
I hate you so. What'd you say, Brooklyn?
I said threesomes are canon in this world too. Is that what I said?
Not with the
Yeah.
Dahlia's a jealous whole thing. Remember?
Yeah.
Because I think Eleanor made like a joke, and she was like, "Absolutely not." Or maybe I made the joke, and Chanter was like,
I think it was like when Anna Lee got brought up like a couple times, she just was not having it.
"No, she's jealous."
By the way,
Remember
love a
Andy,
little-
I have a question
the ring's
before we
so
begin, if
big,
that's all right.
People knew.
Who do
We
you
love
have?
a slight
Me?
amount of jealousy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Was there something going on when Dominic woke up? Because I was watching the first episode again, and then was there something going on with like when Dominic woke up?
Naked.
Like
I
like it was like very sudden, and then like he was like out of breath. Like just
Was there
wondering.
someone in your bed?
your
No.
sheets needed to be changed.
You never
Certain
woken
kind
up,
of dream.
like, in a with a
You
start.
guys suck, by the way.
Sorry. I'm in a mood tonight. It's okay.
You are, Seth. You really are.
I don't know what you're referring to.
Okay. Just okay. Never mind
The
that.
answer's probably no.
I'm
Okay,
sorry.
because like I was like over analyzing everything.
You were the one who said you woke up naked, man. I don't know.
Oh,
Yeah, that was like your first thing that you said.
I
Yeah.
mean, bravo for doing it, but yeah.
That's just what he does.
Okay.
Are we
We.
gonna start the session now? That I'm about
Yes!
to leave?
I told you we would. We told you this was gonna happen.
no.
I
Hurry
know.
up.
I'm so sorry, Brooklyn.
Okay, I'll be back.
But you said you're only gonna be
We
gone
love
for
you.
2 minutes.
Like
Yes.
it's just 20 to 30 minutes. But I told the chat, I've taped my phone, Chanter, this is for you, so that I will have my camera on and I will be listening to you guys and it will not disrupt your thing.
Thank
So I
you.
figured out a way to do that. And I will try to be paying attention to you guys too while I
I
go get
appreciate that.
my kiddo.
Be safe.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna go ahead and jump off now.
Okay. You know,
Sorry.
cancel tonight's session.
I'll pick on Eleanor some more for you.
No,
I
stop!
No, no. Okay,
Doesn't
we're
need
starting.
it, okay?
We're starting.
Oh no, no fish in my bed.
We enter after a week of hosting a princess of Belloverde at the Sterling Manor in the Black Rose Estates of Old Town in Donlin proper. The family, the only one not currently residing there, is Eleanor, though she seems to be in and out so much this last week, trying to help deal with the princess and trying to get work done in the bank, as she has been putting a lot of time into the menagerie. But basically everyone is around a lot. And it's been very different having this dynamic, the extra servants, the extra soldiers, the extra upkeep and formalities and sort of what's it called? Customary things having to be walked through all the time. Bless you. It has been a week, nearly a week, since the princess first came and found solace, maybe, more freedom at the Sterling estate. It is evening time. The sun is going down. And this is what the camera sees. Dusk drapes its shroud over Sterling Manor, the last rays of sunlight drowning in the cold embrace of twilight. A hush falls over the estate as the air thickens with an uneasy stillness. An absence of birdsong, of wind through the trees, as if the world itself recoils from what approaches. They come at eventide. The first sign is the sound of hooves, slow and deliberate against the cobblestone drive, each strike echoing like a funeral bell. The lanterns of their carriages burn low, casting elongated shadows that creep unnaturally along the path. Then come the figures, draped in Balon's muted red, deep crimson, and black robes swallowing the light. Hooded heads remain bowed, obscuring faces, but the gleam of ceremonial masks, half polished gold, half ashen black, catch the dim glow, reflecting a grotesque mimicry of life and death entwined. Their procession is silent, not the reverent quiet of solemn devotion, but something colder, vacant, watchful. They move in precise steps, an unnatural synchronicity at odds with the organic chaos of a gathering dusk. In the growing dark, their presence seems to distort the space around them, as though the weight of something unseen presses down upon their very existence. At their lead, a figure stands taller, still as a statue until a single movement disrupts this suffocating stillness. A hand, gloved in ink-black leather, extends, beckoning, demanding. No words are spoken, but the message is clear. They have come to be received. A gust of wind finally stirs the trees, breaking the oppressive silence with a rustle that sounds eerily like whispered voices. The moment stretches, a breath held too long. The manor doors stand closed, but for how much longer? Dinner is interrupted as Mrs. Whitaker herself comes into the dining room of Sterling Manor and announces in a slightly breathless, slightly hushed voice to Lord Spudnik that an entourage, representatives from the Church of Balon, are sitting in the parlor, waiting for an audience. Eleanor, you and Dahlia are here for dinner. Everyone is here for dinner at this moment. Mrs. Whitaker gives a glance over to Bridget, as she is sort of the estate religio representative currently in the house. Not saying that you should do anything about it, but just sort of, she's telling the head of the house and then sort of referencing to the cleric in the room, almost as if expecting you to know what it is about, and then also takes a glance towards Lord Dominic, knowing that he is a devotee of the Church of Balon, and wondering if maybe this has something to do with him. Spudnik seems taken aback, and Maeve simply says, "Oh, I knew we should have prayed before supper."
Dominic will like get up, and then like you'll hear like the little clanging of like maybe a little bit of forks and like knives, and he'll go see what the church or yeah, the Church of Balon, see what's going on and what's it all about, and kind of like try to gain a sense of like maybe see where they stand after everything that's happened. After everything was like uncovered. So so he'll like at least slam one hand and one whatever this is, right? And then just get up, and he'll just say, "I'll deal with it," and make his way towards him.
As you walk out, I think Bridget's gonna look at you and be like, "Do you need any assistance, Lord Sterling? I'm happy to come if you'd like."
It would be very much appreciated.
All right. She stands up, follows you.
Spudnik says, "Oh, yes, very well, Dominic and Gertrude, very good. Both of you should can handle it, I'm assuming. It's not too much to ask."
Dominic will give a nod, and then he'll like kind of whisper to Bridget. He does that sometimes.
Oh, no offense taken, my lord. It's all right.
He says, "It would be a shame to let the meat go cold, so I don't think we should all go."
And then Dominic will kind of like snag it, like maybe like a little tiny like slice of bread, just in case. Toodaloo, everyone.
Can Dove do something real quick? Can Dove have protection from
Can Dove cast protection from good and evil on who?
Dominic.
Yes, on Dominic.
Oh, you would have to touch him, I think, right? It's a touch spell?
Yeah, I feel like it's okay.
Okay.
Probably just as you go out.
So you touch Dominic and you kind of cast this protection from good and evil. Is there any sort of description on what that looks like when Dove does it? Most of the time I feel like Dove wants her spells to be very subtle, but...
Yeah, I think I Dove doesn't have a lot of like. She thinks we kind of like to go.
Brooklyn, we love you, and we can't hear anything you're saying.
No, okay, right now, okay. Never
Could you,
mind. I'm sorry.
well, you're driving. I was going to say, could you do like a voice message in the chat and somebody else could read it for you? I don't know.
I'll just be quiet from now on. Sorry.
Well, you can cast that on Dominic as he goes out of the room with Bridget.
Yeah, Dominic will just like look down and then just look at you for a second, and then focus on what's in front of him.
Okay. You guys, you and Bridget go out of the dining room, and I'm going to pull up the map of Sterling Manor here from World Anvil. And as you are all in the dining room, actually, I feel like maybe you guys have been having supper and dinners in the ballroom since you have more people here. And there needs to be more space. And Let's see. Yeah, they're just in the parlor, so it's like the room next door. But I think Mrs. Whitaker is going to take you or lead you out of the ballroom into the vestibule, and then down the entry hall to go into the parlor from the main door and not the connecting door. This is what you see as you are sort of brought into the parlor room, Dominic and Bridget. Actually, both of you roll me insight checks.
All right.
And I'll give you both advantage if you don't already have it, because you are both servants of the goddesses.
I got a 26.
Holy freaking...
At 20. Let's go.
What the...
Digital dice, let's go.
Alright, 26 and nat 20. You stand at the threshold of the parlor and see these representatives of Balon, draped in the vestments of their goddess, yet something about them feels wrong. Their robes, traditionally vibrant red and gold, are dulled by the dim light of the room and eventide coming in through the windows. Yet even in this semi-darkness, the crimson cloth seems too deep, like fresh spilled blood refusing to dry. Embroidered sunbursts and floral motifs once meant to symbolize Balon's blessing are still there. But some patterns twist in on themselves, more like thorned vines choking the fabric than flourishing blossoms. Gold-threaded sashes gleam dully, cinched too tight as if the wearers are trying to hold something in, keep something from unraveling. Each face is veiled, as is custom during sacred duties, but the veils are unusually thick, not like airy silks of traditional ceremony garb. Unnatural shadows cling beneath them, making it impossible to see the eyes beneath. Where skin is visible, hands emerging from sleeves, bare throats above embroidered collars, appear strangely pallid, almost waxen under the flickering torchlight. Some bear rings of dried flowers around their wrists, but closer inspection reveals the petals are brittle, their edges darkened with decay. And you guys are getting all this because of your rolls. The one at the front of this group, a woman by the delicate curve of her jaw beneath her veil, wears the heaviest adornment, a mantle of golden feathers weighed down by time or something else. At her throat hangs the symbol of Balon, the rose bud blossoming, but it's been changed somewhat to a pair of interlocking roses, once used only seldomly to mark devotion, to mark special circumstances, now used and now you can see embroidered on the sleeves of all of the acolytes and representatives in the room. They carry no visible weapons, but their presence is intrusive and pressing upon you. The air around them is thick with something cloying, a scent both floral and rancid, like roses left to wilt too long. They are quiet and expectant in their waiting. Something in the way they stand suggests patience, but not the kind that is kind. None of them are sitting, and you'll notice, if you're looking at the map, that there is a fireplace in the parlor room, but no fire lit within it. They sort of stand, a group of 6 of them, in sort of a cluster in front of the dead fireplace. And they are all looking at the 2 of you as you enter. Mrs. Whitaker, whom you have never seen necessarily so seemingly compromised and incapable in her own domain as caretaker of the Sterling estates and manor, nervously gives a curtsy to you, Lord Dominic, and sort of steps away, and you hear her whisper to you, "I'll be nearby if you need me, your lordship."
Thank you, Mrs. Whitaker. And he'll I kind of just imagine the scene where it's like, you know, he's looking at Mrs. Whitaker, and then he just like turns his head like very slowly, like just wondering if it, you know, if there's like danger and whatnot, you know, amongst them, because he has been kind of brainwashed by them before, and so I'm guessing. Am I getting the feeling that like, are any of them? I guess like right now they're like in a moment of repentance and like maybe shamed for like the things they've done or something like that, or allowing themselves to be controlled by Solomon, I guess. Is this what this is about? Is that, or is it more like or is this like something completely like new? Or
neither of you have ever seen these specific garments, like all of it. Someone who doesn't know the Church of Balon very well would be like, "Oh yeah, those are acolytes from the Church of Balon." But both of you know that you've never seen this exact collection of pieces and symbols of the Church of Balon put together in this way, or adjusted or tweaked like this. And it doesn't seem to be a personal style preference, as they all look the same.
Are they imposters then?
I'd like to quickly cast Detect Magic on them.
Detect Magic?
Yes.
What
Which
level?
Is, first level, I think. I don't know if there's a difference between levels.
There is not a difference between levels for Dispel Magic.
Okay.
Or Detect Magic.
Yeah.
You see, and Megan, wouldn't have known about this as much probably, because I don't know if it would have been in the recaps that you read. But some of the higher acolytes in the Church of Balon had these sort of golden breastplates collared around like metal shawls across their shoulders. And it was found out by some of our party in trying to cast some magic or reach out with some magical attempts, that these breastplates were a sort of dispelling barrier and a protection against certain kinds of magic. So as you cast Detect Magic, you are made aware of certain kinds of magic, but only because you see that some of them have these breastplates on underneath some of the robing, and you feel your spell that is always fueled by sort of this airiness and this sort of updraft from Aino's wings just sort of dissipate as it reaches them.
You all right?
Yeah. No. What's happening? Why do they look like that?
I have no idea. I don't. One would think that they're not with the church.
I know they look wrong.
All right. Dominic's gonna go up and approach them. Yeah, just no nonsense.
It seems as if they've been waiting for you. And the front one bows, curtsies first, robed head dipping, and as you assume she sort of does this curtsy, the rest in sort of a trickled line all give a curtsy or a slight bow. And you hear a voice from the first figure there saying, "You're a Viscount, right? Is that the title? You're a Viscount?" No, that's not what she says. That's what I'm saying. As the one who set up the whole thing. Viscount Dominic Sterling. And cleric of Aino. It is an honor to be before you here. Under the light of the goddess's flame.
And whom might you all be? I've been told that you are representatives of the Church of Balan. I've never seen anyone from the church dressed like that.
If you all look at the handout screen, you'll get sort of a vibe idea of what these figures look like.
No, thank you.
The first figure says, "The goddess is above mere ceremonial changes to wardrobe or customary shifts and veils. Surely tweaks in how we can better serve and worship the goddess would not keep you from recognizing her flower, from recognizing her fire. Surely, Viscount, you have not been away from the church for so long that you do not recognize your own goddess's call when her representatives are before you."
Where there is fire, there is Balan. By the way, that out of character, that was a quote that you gave me back when I was in the church before I got before I got brainwashed. So
take an inspiration. That's a good throwback.
Yeah. Yeah. And so it doesn't matter whether I attend. I don't attend to make show. I attend to worship. Nothing more.
Their impassive, covered faces betray nothing, and there is no response to your comment, just the group of 6 of them staring at both of you.
Now, why have you come?
No home is barred against the goddess's call. Would you not wish us to be here, son of the flower?
I want to know why you're here. Everything else, as of right now, is secondary.
As you know, the High Bishop is no more with us on this mortal plane. The church is in a fractured state, and we, the humble servants of the goddess, have been working tirelessly by the light of the goddess to keep the walls and pillars of the church of fire strong. We thought we'd come and speak with one who has been blessed by the goddess herself, to see if you are willing to serve and help as you promised you would.
Go on.
We have a new council forming in the church. We have had to make amendments to the normal practice of holy rituals and rites in order to keep all those whom we serve under the goddess's name from drowning. We offer an invitation to you, Viscount Sterling, to come, to see, to vow.
I will give it some thought. Is there a specific date in mind you had in mind?
Time is an ever-pressing resource. Like fire upon wood thatch, our time is running out. Our time, for once we can allow those who might want to serve the goddess deeper and more truthfully to join in. There is not much time left, Viscount. If you wish to be involved in this new reign of Balan, you must come now, or prove before us, your brothers and sisters, that you deny the goddess. Come now and join with us and vow to the flame, or feel the wrath of she who commands nature and who commands your heart. Greater than any feather, and the head turns and gives a pointed look towards Bridget. Greater than any weak, cold light in the heavens, the fire of Balan burns brightest and greatest of all.
Takes a little bit of offense to it.
I will definitely pray about it and see if this is the right course of action. I will definitely give it some thought as well. So whatever the goddess wants, then I will do. I owe her that for sure. Now, is there anything else?
I would ask the acolyte here, the cleric. Do you know, child, what the great goddess's name means? What Belan is?
I didn't know that. I'm so sorry.
How much research or learning about the other goddesses do you feel like Bridget has chosen to do?
Probably a decent amount.
Okay,
Like
that
she loves
feels true.
reading and got bored a lot.
Weren't the goddesses all like soul bonded with one another? I thought we were all like a team and stuff like that.
Are you asking this, or is Dominic asking this?
Milo's asking this
That's a
because I
better
remember
question.
those notes too. Like, like why are we throwing shade?
Why not?
Welcome to Regencia, proper word. Right, sorry, in character.
Yeah. It means powerful one.
Yes. Powerful one. More powerful than I know. Or Manel. Important legs in the tripod that keeps the fabric of our existence running smoothly indeed. But without fire to fuel the heart, the soul, there would be no stars. The light of Manel is literally made from Balon's fire. The life of Aino is made possible through the life that Balon gives in her power and wisdom and glory. Do not misunderstand me, Viscount Sterling. You do not have time. Your choice is now.
Out of character, I guess I gotta say yes because it's improv. All right, so
I
mean,
think
you
Bridget's
can
gonna
say
look at him
no.
a little like, "Are you serious right now?"
They're just lucky Nicholas isn't here.
Dominic's gonna look back at Bridget and just like give her like an eyebrow raise, like kind of like maybe hopefully showing like, yeah, he doesn't like this as much as you think he does or something like that. And he kind of has like this look of like, I'm gonna regret this probably. He'll say, all right, let's see where this takes me. Let's make this quick. I have things to do. So.
Dominic Sterling, you will not be coming back to your mundane, useless to-dos of normal life when you come to swear, as we have entreated thee and encouraged thee to do. This opportunity will fill thee with so much radiant power and light.
All right, hold on. I beg your pardon. See, my goddess is one of bonds, familial, all kinds of bonds, right? I have bonded with people here, and and forgive me, goddess, if I use your name in vain. What you're saying is not very Bailani, if that means anything.
That's not very Bailani of you.
Interesting.
All the kids are using it.
I'm taking back the inspiration.
No.
Do it. Do it.
Oh. She says, actually, the largest figure from the group, clearly some sort of built man with a deep voice, speaks from a couple back to her left when you're looking at her to her left. And you can only tell, you're pretty sure what figure it's coming from, as none of them are moving. But this deep voice says, "A new approach in the worship of the goddesses is here. A new approach to the pantheon of our world is necessary. Nothing right now about the church of our goddess Balon is like it has ever been. And yet her influence has never been so greatly involved, or her power so greatly manifest, as we, her servants, have seen within the sacred halls of the deep fire. We entreat thee to come and be witness to her power."
Where have I seen this before? It's almost as if I was brainwashed before. I'm going to have to ask you to leave. I like the teachings. The old ones. So I like bonds. I love my family. I'm not leaving them. To start whatever this new life you've got for me. So
The first one speaks again. "We are sorry to hear that. Truly. Though we do not have much hope." And all the heads turn in unison to look at Bridget. "You, daughter, are welcome to come in his place should you wish to serve the greatest of the goddesses."
I would rather die.
I really do
Yes.
recommend
Yes.
different marketing approaches. The whole dead flowers, it's not a good look.
Dead flowers some may call potpourri, and when it burns even... Y'all.
You mean potpourri?
That's what I said. But you guys, I knew it. I was like, don't say potpourri.
You said poopery though.
Yeah.
That's the
It did
spray.
sound. It did sound a lot like poopery.
I didn't react, so
Okay.
leave me out of this.
I tried. I tried.
I tried to hold my breath. I mean, yeah, not my breath. My laugh.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry,
I will
I'm
say
looking
it
up.
very English, very American English.
Ooh.
Potpourri. Potpourri. Maybe I should say potpourri. Potpourri.
No, this works.
Potpourri.
I'm sorry.
When you burn dried herbs and plants, a greater scent can ascend into the heavens than that from new and green buds. We have dried the flowers of the goddess so that she might see and smell and hear our greater devotion, now more than ever there has been. Brooklyn, are you trying to break him?
No, what?
Milo?
I'm keeping it together now.
I'm looking at cantrips.
Oh. She says, might we leave a gift of the goddess here as a mark of our sorrow that you are not yet ready to enter into this greater commitment to the goddess. It comes from our ladies of sorrow.
Say no.
I kind of want to see what it is. He's like whispering back.
It's probably not gonna be very good.
Probably not.
They just talked about burning dried flowers. That's weird.
The
I know.
group sort of parts in unison, and this small, feminine-looking figure steps up holding a single piece of wood and says, this is one of the enchanted branches of the Church of Balon. Promise to burn without ceasing. Should water be poured upon it, should heavy material try to choke it out, it is a testament that the light of our goddess will burn through the darkest night. And now you both have heard about this. This is supposed to be a beautiful gift given, and is sort of an ever-burning log that can be added to a fireplace or a brazier or tip of a large torch or something. But once it's set ablaze, it's supposed to stay burning, so you don't want to like carry it around in a bag and turn it on and off. It's sort of like a gift of eternal light.
Could it be made into like a cane, possibly?
It's a
Just
little, I mean, you could put it as part of a cane, maybe.
Because I was thinking of like, like maybe like have like a quarterstaff kind of thing where it's like I can set my cane on fire and just like start beating people with it.
Then
It
it'll
would
be
stay on
always
fire
forever.
forever.
Rather impractical.
Yeah, never mind.
It's a cool idea. But
Dominic will take it.
oh, sorry.
Yeah, Dominic will take it. So,
Give him a
and
disapproving look.
You what?
I give him a disapproving look.
okay, Baldur's Gate 3.
Bridget disapproves.
When you take it, Dominic, this log, it's sort of probably like this. This acolyte that hands it to you has small feminine hands that are gloved, but has a delicate touch, and she has the most. She has a sweeter voice than the first main acolyte there, or the gruff one that has spoken already. And she sort of places her hands upon your hands as you take this piece of wood and says, she says, "May this draw Baalam's sight to thee, brother." And then, sorry, I should let you respond if you want to. I don't know.
Yeah, he'll just say, thank you. Now, on your way.
They all sort of do curtsies and bows very slightly like they did in the beginning, and they one by one at a time, start to leave and shuffle out. And the one that is still standing in front of you, that's fairly short, and I said petite, you see from underneath her face mask and where her veil sort of is, Dominic, you can see a tear running down her cheek. And the last one before the one that's still holding the piece of wood with you is the first one that was speaking in the beginning, sort of this leader acolyte, and she sort of just gives the one next to you a long stare and then turns and leaves. And the one in front of you says, "The darkness of this room feels like the darkness left behind when one does not walk the path of the light. If you would allow me, I would bring light to this room and your heart and this house before I leave thee." And she takes the log back and walks over to the empty fireplace and sticks it on top of the other logs and whispers a couple words, and it lights on fire.
Okay. Why hand it to me in the first place? But okay.
Can I do an insight check into what she just said about the wanting to do something to get rid of darkness or whatever?
Sure.
I'm going to use my inspiration for that. That was a nat one. Okay, 19.
Keep the nat one.
No. I burned my inspiration. Next time I get a nat one, it's on me.
What are you trying to insight again? Exactly?
She just seemed kind of like sad about it, and I want to know if that was like a performance or genuine. Like she really feels like she's doing something good here.
You get the sense that she is genuinely sad, upset, emotional about this parting. And you get the sense that your sort of spiritual tingles feel like you feel a kinship in the sense that you believe that she would truly do anything to make things right. And that in this moment, enlightening and inflaming this empty fireplace, which in itself is sort of a very clear symbol of a clear negative symbol for Balon or her followers, right? An empty fireplace. Starting a fire in here feels on book for her. you still don't get a feeling of like light and goodness necessarily. This room has had this heavy weighted blanket feel to it with all the acolytes in there. But you think she's being sincere in that she really does care about ridding darkness
Okay.
as she sees it.
So they leave, right? Or
She sets the log, sets it aflame, and you see the log sort of glow a little differently than the rest of the logs as they catch fire. You can tell which one is sort of this special blessed log of Balon. And she simply stands up, staring at the fire for a moment, as if making sure that the fire is here and burning, and then turns and just walks past both of you and leaves.
what are your thoughts?
I did not know you were a worshipper of Balon, my lord.
Yeah. They've done quite a few horrible things, which is why
Makes
I don't
common
really.
much more sense now. Did you
What do you
get?
mean?
I don't know. We had an argument about religion, I guess. She mentioned something about brainwashing. I was initially confused, but I think it's starting to come together now.
I mean, it's what happens when a horrible man, tries to take over the church from the very top
Yes.
and
we've
prey
been informed
upon
about
vulnerable
that.
people. So,
Right.
do you
And I-
view me differently now?
Hmm?
Do you view me differently now?
I think it only natural that I view you with additional information. I don't think I have the authority to judge anyone based on who they worship. I just tread lightly, my lord. Be careful.
First-hand experience. I'm fully aware of the church's dealings.
Only hand experience.
I am a follower of Balon, not the follower of the church. So
At
And
some
I have
point,
lived among them. Thank you.
Hmm.
at some
Sorry, I
point,
keep
Dove
cutting
is-
you off.
I'm sorry. At some point, Dove is gonna go. This is taking way too long, and like decide to come in as well. Just let me know when is a good time for that.
Right now.
Dove walks in, a knife in her hand.
Miss Broadhall.
I think Miss
think
Whitaker
they're-
is behind you, Dove. Like she was like, yeah.
Did they
They're
possess
gone.
you? Are they okay?
They're gone.
Dominic, what's your favorite color?
So Dove, I have to tell you, my favorite color is navy blue, but I have been brainwashed, and I don't know. They just came here, threw us a stick into the fire, and now I feel all sorts of ways. So, anyways, I'm going to get ready. We're gonna be leaving soon to Brook Hall. So
You two are going somewhere. Right now.
yes.
Right now? Oh, I didn't know it was right now.
I mean, well,
It's
we
full
need
dark.
to move. Yeah, it's better this way.
Right.
The road-
No,
the
I
roads are
didn't have any
dangerous.
further
Yeah.
questions. Please, leave.
Um,
I'm not at all confused by what is going on. I have to
I
roll
want to
initiative.
know what happened in this room 5 minutes ago. we might need to talk about this.
Eleanor, because the parlor is connected through some doors that are currently like closed and locked, but the parlor is also through the other doors not far from the ballroom. Dinner has been, for the rest of you, sort of in this like tense, trying to listen, trying to like maybe whisper around some like what could possibly be happening. Dove left very agitated not very long ago and also hasn't come back yet. Things are just kind of getting like, what is happening here? Because
should we go back? Should we go back to the?
I think it's not my family nor my house, but I think everyone deserves to know what just happened. Lord Sterling, if you would like to go and tell them before you run off again.
Please, enough of the formalities. You live here now, so that makes you family as well. So,
Mark gets up and walks out of the ballroom and like kind of stomps into the parlor.
Oh, good. More people.
With Eleanor leaving dinner, Solana is going to excuse herself and go take a bath. Because they're utterly frickin' exhausting.
as the
Eleanor
princess
literally
stands,
just walks
everyone stands quickly and curtsies and bows as the princess leaves, and her people that had come all get up and leave with her, and it's this big procession out. Eleanor, you like step up to the parlor doors and go like this just as you hear a bunch of people leaving into the vestibule and going up the stairs, and you can see the princess has decided to leave.
Good
Eleanor just,
evening,
like,
Lady Sterling.
and she kind of like bows her head, very, very proper, very respectful,
No, please join
Very
us.
demure.
very demure, very mindful.
I want to ask what just happened to.
So, I guess individuals from the Church of Elan came in, wanted to speak with me, wanted me to basically cut all ties from of every sort of relationship I ever had, and join them. Apparently, this is very unlike them. I mean, the powerful one is a god of love,
Really?
feelings, marriage,
You
passion,
think that's
lust,
unlike them?
emotion, beauty.
Probably.
It doesn't make sense. I'm sorry.
Really, that's not what I've gotten from them. That seems rather
The exact opposite.
on course.
Yeah.
Eleanor, you're really quiet.
Oh, sorry. I said, no, that seems rather par for the course, actually, for the Church of Elan.
They were also different. They were wearing different clothes, not the normal thing. They said there had been changes happening, but they weren't wearing this a week ago when I was there.
What
Hold
kind of clothes?
Eleanor, use your magic thing on the fireplace. Something's. Just want to make sure that we're not, being spied on, or there's nothing nefarious going on with that fire, or if they've left anything in this room that might
That was weird.
detect. Yeah.
Alright.
Very forceful.
They're talking about the
Detect
fireplace. You guys are like, what?
She had very calloused hands as well. Just
I told you not to take it.
I'm gonna go cast detect magic on the piece of wood.
or fireplace. Yeah. 'Cause it's burning.
Yeah,
I don't know if that matters.
you get a sense that this is a magical log and that it has been blessed with divine power.
Nation?
And it has sort of, I don't know if the same thing you felt, but you haven't done tons of magic researching and trying magic in religious scenarios necessarily. And so you're like, yeah, I can tell that this has divinity written all over it. It's sort of throbbing with this like power that is sort of putting out.
Don't say throbbing.
I'm sorry, I
And
couldn't.
it's a stick
not
too.
react to that. Okay, but like, what's
On fire.
what school of magic am I getting? Am I getting any like divination? Like, is it going to be spying on us? Is more, I think. The issue.
I need to, as I've done in the past, look up the schools of magic again.
Divination's just like, snooping.
Like spying or
Snooping
like
magic.
scrying.
Spying.
Yeah.
Or is it just fire, like evocation?
No, I just mean I can't remember all of them.
Yeah.
It might be conjuration because it's conjuring flames.
True. Evocation, abjuration. So
Abjuration.
like
I never remember what that one
protection.
is. Oh,
I
okay.
think it's like protection.
It's
Abjuration
Yeah.
is defensive spells.
Necromancy.
Blowing up stuff.
Necromancy, maybe.
Yeah, because those people were
Flames.
definitely dead.
That right?
100%.
With her callous, tiny hands.
So-
Waxen skin.
Please roll me an Arcana check.
Take my inspiration.
Probably don't need it.
M gets inspiration every time we play for the music.
Still take it anyways.
25.
Wow. You sense that it is a form of conjuration magic.
Eleanor casts detect magic and she kind of shrugs. Like, it only has conjuration magic, so
Right.
I mean
Nothing
that would
too
make
nefarious
sense
then.
considering the fire.
Yes.
No
No traces
divination.
of necromancy or anything?
Not that I'm finding. No divination, no necromancy.
Necromancy.
Well,
No evocation. It's not going to blow up.
Anything else in this room?
I want to inspect the room, see if they left any I don't know.
I'll do a sweep with the detect magic around the room.
Wait, this isn't all of them? Uno momento.
There's
Right,
What's
abjuration,
charm?
conjuration, divination,
enchantment.
enchantment.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dominic will just look
There's-
around the room, and then
Transmutation.
Transmutation.
That's another one.
this is where I found this.
Make
Oh, look
magic-
at that! I found a coin.
Illusion.
Look,
Necromancy.
Abjuration, enchantment. I think that's all of them.
I think that's all 7.
Are there 8?
I think so.
I mean, there's chronology, but like,
I mean, we
Yeah.
just are trying to make sure that it's not divination mostly, right? Like we
Yeah.
got the answer we needed, I think, right?
Okay,
Yeah, change
you get the sense, Eleanor, of multiple schools of magic have been used on this log.
Mm. Oh, good.
There is obviously conjuration.
Yeah.
Enchantment.
Okay.
But you don't get the sense that it's an outward, like, radiating enchantment. You get the sense that it is an enchantment on the wood, not like a by proximity you're going to be affected by it sort of enchantment. And
Okay.
also you do detect a very slight amount of necromancy,
Okay, well, I would have mentioned that.
but you could see as necromancy also delves into the magics of preservation, like gentle repose, things of that nature of halting death or decay, could have been used on the wood so that it does not burn or ever disintegrate from the fire.
Is that like one of the like allowed ones, I guess, in a sense, like for like preservation purposes? Or...
Yeah, like story-wise, necromancy's bad. Logistical-wise, game mechanic-wise, some of the necromancy stuff wouldn't be considered game story necromancy because it deals more with like life and death esque stuff rather than like.
Yeah, I think I have some necromancy spells.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, cure wounds is a necromancy spell.
Seriously? That's
Yeah.
In 2024, yeah.
Well, no, in 2014.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was evocation.
No,
It says
evocation.
Abjuration on mine.
Oh, then they must have changed it in 2024.
Yeah, I am using the 20.
Necromancy just has a bad
I
ring
mentioned all
to
the
it.
things. Yep, I mentioned all the things. So I mentioned enchantment, conjuration, and slight necromancy. But explain why I think each is there.
And
Wonderful.
what you think
Special
each
law.
is there for would be like, this is best case scenario because this is something that the church gives out. This is something you've heard of before, so this is probably what it would be for in best case scenario circumstances.
Yeah, it's very like neutral kind of explanation of things, as Eleanor is known for doing.
I was
Not
gonna
thinking of the
say,
craziest thing.
Dub was gonna say, I don't like this. The timing's bad. The weirdness of it all is bad.
Yes,
all
it's very weird.
very weird. And sorry, Miss Broadhall.
So,
Go ahead.
I'm trying to figure out how best to say this. One of the children at the orphanage has been seeing visions about Balon's church.
Sorry.
What?
I beg your pardon?
One of Berg's kids has had weird dreams. Apparently, she's had weird dreams about shadows moving beneath the stone. I pull out my letter and just like read this section. They speak of shadows moving beneath the great stone halls, of hands reaching through cracks in the earth, of voices calling them to come below. I've been trying to go see her. Berg has been kind of prepping her for this because apparently she's kind of understandably freaked out by things and being approached about this. But I think maybe we need to go now and talk to them.
Yeah, that
Right now.
is very important. Well, she's a kid. She's probably sleeping right now.
Yes,
We wake her up.
my thoughts exactly.
Well,
Well, maybe she's
not
having a
wake up the
dream right
child
now.
with strangers. Then we can
Maybe
learn
she's-
about it in the morning, Miss Broadhall. Can we not?
Actually, I have places to be in the morning, so
Well, you
Where
don't
do you
have to
have-
come.
I'm sure Barrick has it taken care of. He's not a fan of the church
This-
either. And
Dominic, this is your thing. This is all centered around you. All of this nonsense that has happened with the Church of Balon started around you. You can't just walk away from this.
well, it's not walking away. I'll be
Walking
back.
away.
I would like you
It's
to be
breaking
there.
your hands of it.
I would like you to be there. As somebody who knows Balon's teachings, I want you to hear what this kid has to say.
All right. I'll do it. And by the way, cousin, this is not me walking away. This is just me prioritizing something that's far more important that you and I both know.
More important than these strange acolytes of Balon coming to us at our home and trying to get you to join some strange subset of them? More important than that, more important than the child that is seeing some sort of visions of strange, shadowy members of Balon's church.
Lady
More
Sterling,
important than that?
there are many strange events going on. It's understandable. Priorities are everywhere at this moment.
Thank you.
But you also didn't tell me that you were a worshiper of Balon. And that would have been important to know.
He's got a tattoo of a rose on his arm, to be fair.
And when would I have seen that, Miss Broadhall?
Well,
would you like me to show you?
No,
And then just like,
Oh,
Oh,
God,
Jesus.
Dominic.
Okay,
I got
Solana
so not-
steps into a hot bath and pretends she's anywhere but here.
Right.
You're free to leave.
Okay, I will write Varric a note that we are coming in the morning, and I'll send it to him. Is that fair? I can
Okay.
wait till the morning.
We'll see what's in store for us then.
One other detail might be worth sharing.
Hmm.
They wanted Lord Sterling to go with them. However, he refused. They immediately asked if I wanted to go with them. I don't know if that means they are desperate or what. But no, I don't mean it like that. I'm sorry.
Desperate is an understatement.
All right. I have obviously interacted with clerics of Balon, not closely though. They're a little weird, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, no, they suck.
Yes, we've had nothing but bad experiences with them.
Well, good thing I wasn't a cleric of Balon then.
That would be
Right.
awkward.
That
You
would
wouldn't be in our house.
You would not.
No,
right.
not at all.
All right, I'm gonna go write my
Still
letter.
out with Dominic.
Wait, what?
What?
You said something?
Nothing.
Out of character?
No, that was completely in character.
Dove leaves and writes her letter. A note to Dominic, or not to Barrig, and has Brad deliver it.
Brad the dove.
Yes.
I
He was
love
always
Brad.
with me. My Bradley.
Oh, Bradley.
By the
Bradley.
way, Bridget, is that all right if I call you
yes. Of course, my lord.
just call me Dominic? Just
Hi.
in private, I guess.
All right. I will try my... I'll do my best.
I'm sure. Let's see. If you have any questions, I understand that you know, the whole Church of Balon doesn't have the best reputation at the moment. But if you have any questions for me, and I'll be happy to answer them. Nothing, no conversion, nothing like that. Just my story and what I can testify on my experiences, and that's all.
Thank you. Dominic. Feels wrong.
Bravo. And let's see. Is there anything else anyone would like to talk about?
Is there any other strange happenings with the Church of Balon that you failed to mention?
The wardrobe was kind of how can I put it?
Garish.
Yeah.
Ugly.
Tacky.
So
Yeah,
no
it-
different than their usual appearance.
No,
Actually, quite different.
when
Lady
they
Sterling.
were
It was
brainwashing
weird.
people, they had this gold sheen, which was very beautiful, but now it's muted and okay.
It was just
it's like they're throwing
different.
everything away.
And they looked waxy. I don't
Waxy.
mean that in a rude way, because Who am I to
And
judge anyone's appearance?
and the shadows behind the veils. I mean, what are they going
Well,
for? It's like
They ha- No, sorry, you go.
oh no, I mean it's like what were they going for? I mean, it's the light of Balan, and then all of a sudden, it's darkness underneath their veils. I don't get it.
Right, it's
Not very-
truly uncharacteristic of
I
worshippers
mean,
of Balon to be dramatic.
are they mourning or are they?
Did you all ask them if they were Balon's grief? Did they say that they were or were not?
I mean, I thought it was disbanded or.
And that's what I meant to say when I said Balon's sorrow, Balon's grief.
Oh,
So they were Balon's grief.
They didn't say that, but they mentioned Balon's grief.
Out of character, really quick, can someone give me a very brief refresher on what that means?
the brainwashers.
Those are there was a sect within Balon that kind of popped up that
Okay.
were doing bad stuff, and that's
Got it.
when the Dominic brainwashing thing happened.
The idea of
Okay.
Balon's grief is that it's these women that when people go up to the brazier that is always burning in Balon's temple, they can be there to cry with, to comfort, to hear the woes of the people praying to Balon, and then help them as sort of servants, a tangible form of someone to kind of be there to help in the sorrow.
Baddies.
The one that went up to help Dominic, that he followed down a dark hall, did lead him to brainwashing.
Right.
Not very
Okay.
Balani.
But that sect then was all like public knowledge, I'm assuming, within the divine estate. Like Bridget would obviously know about that. Right, okay. Alright, thank you. Forgot about that.
All right, so they were waxy and dressed strangely.
And one of them
Any
was
other
crying.
details?
Yeah, I was about to say. What's that about?
This
Wasn't Fitz crying at one point or something weirdly when we went through all that stuff with him? Or am I making that up? I don't know. Feels like something someone brainwashed. Something that someone brainwashed would do.
Only brainwashed people cry.
Only brainwashed people cry in other
This is
people's
true.
eyes.
Okay. Well, anyways,
I will write a letter. I will write several letters. I'm going to write several letters about this so that my superiors know what happened. If that's all right with you.
No, I actually think that's a great
are
idea.
you
Agreed.
referring to all of us or?
What? Not Miss Broadhall.
What?
Oh.
What?
Sorry, what?
By all
I
means.
think that's a very good idea, Bridget.
All right. I will go do that. And in the morning, unless we hear otherwise from whatever his, I don't know his title. Man who runs the orphanage.
His title is Grand Maestro.
Is that
Dominic
it?
actually chuckles a little bit.
Oh,
Grand Maestro Berrig of the Lady of Merciful Hands.
Of course.
it's a mouthful.
Maestro.
Right.
That's what she said.
All right. Anything else that we feel needs brought to the forefront of our minds before we head out and meet up at the orphanage tomorrow?
No, but I'm going to probably pray this smell away. So I'll need a moment alone. So I'm going to head outside.
Smell?
The flowers.
Oh,
okay.
okay.
Yeah, the poopery, as they said.
Rude.
And
Just keep an eye out for any left-handed people whose name might start with a J. Just
Left-handed.
Aurora looks at you for like a half second, like, what? Oh,
you don't know halfling, do you? I got an anonymous letter from a halfling talking about this kid as well.
I mean,
Or
I can
written in
read all
halfling.
languages, but
Okay.
I would say I'm all right with that, but and and he's just gonna just I guess walk away now. Toodaloo,
Does he
everyone.
always do?
Toodaloo.
Goodness.
why does he keep
Let's
saying
go to bed.
that?
Guess he's dealing with it in his own way.
So Dove goes to write a letter to Berrig and sends Brad the dove. And then Dove, as you're getting out paper, parchment, and quill, Bridget enters your room to get her things out to write a note as well.
Sorry, the desk is mine right now.
That's quite all right. Simply grabbing materials. I'll be on my way.
No, it's fine. If you just want to stand there and wait for a second. Hold on. It's just a quick note. Dove takes a very long time to write this note.
I think probably about 2 minutes and she just leaves.
Brad poofs from a ladybug in her pocket. He poofs out of his ladybug form and goes to deliver the whatever.
Where do you let Brad the dove go? Do you let him go from your room? Is that where you usually would let him go from? Okay.
Yeah. If the window opens. If not, I'll go to the bridge.
Yeah, it opens. Bridget, where do you go to write your letter? After seeing that Miss Broadhall has no intention of being helpful.
Yeah, I think she was surprised that she offered the desk at all. Caught her off guard. Let me pull up my map. I don't know this estate very well. Just like some, fancy houses and estates, there's always some random little like side table like tucked away in a hallway. Just something like that. She's standing up. She doesn't care.
I mean, right outside Dove's room is the lobby, and there's it's the biggest lobby area in the whole house, and there's probably some like couches and little tables with flower arrangements on them and things. So you could be out in that lobby area if you'd like.
Yeah, probably out there, but the furthest one from the room.
Okay. Dominic, you all have made a plan to go to the orphanage in the morning, and you also sounds like you want to get a move on to go visit the Bruicks at some point tomorrow as well. Where are you going as you all part from the parlor room?
I'm going outside to start a fire and pray, I guess.
Okay.
So I'll cast bonfire and he'll just grab a chair and just bring it out. I guess let me see, where would be the best place? Does the map show a place like a backyard or like a yard?
You guys don't really have a backyard. You have the river. So you either have the very front of the estate, which is part of the whole kind of cul-de-sac of the Black Rose Estates there, or you can go along the sides of the house down to the river edge, which would be the most private, but then you have people on the other sides of the river that could maybe look at you.
That's fine. Yeah, so Dominic will head outside and then go to the river's edge. Since it's snowing and stuff, I don't think there would be that many people, especially this late at night.
Yeah, and especially with how things have been, there's not.
Even though there's
people.
martial law, I'm I've dealt with people with much higher authority and slain them or whatever, but we're not gonna go over that. Yeah, he's just gonna cast bonfire with magic and kind of like lean on the rails of, along the the river, and just have like a sort of like the way he prays. Maybe this time is more of like a casual conversation, but like still with that reverence, I guess, or that respect.
And what do you say to Balon?
Oh, powerful one. I'm in need of answers. There are a few things that have occurred, and I need to know if this is something that you want from me or something that you want me to avoid. I'm not quite sure of what these visions that this child is seeing, what it's causing them, I guess, hurt is a word I would use. I hope that you can bring them comfort, to show that your fire does not burn but give warmth, life, light, and comfort. If there's anything you need me to do, let me know. I owe you, after all. And I don't know how to like close the prayer, but he'll just like stand there, I guess. And he'll just sit there for a while, with like the river to his back, just looking at the fire, and just relaxing, I guess, for a bit.
While you're out there, you are able to see Brad the dove flying gracefully overhead with a note clutched in his beak. Bridget, how are you sending your letter?
The normal way. I don't know. Through the post.
So are you waiting for the morning, or are you...
Yeah, probably.
Okay. You can give it to one of the servants, like Kyle or Tanner, the footman or something, and say, please make sure this gets to the post, as soon as they open in the morning.
Yeah, just whoever I see first
Post-haste.
as I'm like finishing up my letters,
Out of character, I respected that dad joke or pun.
Thank you.
Your quip goes over whoever's it is head, and
That's fine.
they...
What was the joke?
I missed it.
Oh, I just
What
said
was
send
the-
it post haste through the post.
Okay, that's exactly the joke I would have made as well.
Y'all need to be best friends.
This is
We're
the
trying.
right
We're
group. This
trying.
is the right group.
Ricky got it. We need more one-on-one Bridget Eleanor time without dumping.
Okay.
Dove spent the entire first book doing everything in her power to stay away from Eleanor. And the second book, Eleanor's like, oh my god, hi, friend. And now she's like, no, she's my friend. Eleanor's like, what?
Oh man.
Eleanor, where do you go as everyone parts ways?
I did have one question. This kind of had to do with the week off. I didn't really know about like how the Sterlings were like structured. Do we have like, I don't want to say like a military. Do we have people that like work for us that could act as like guards or like kind of like soldiers at all? Like, why?
The Crimson Cloaks.
Not yet. Did that happen?
I mean, it's kind of already happening.
I needed to send.
So
It's
you
amazing.
guys have, if you look on World Anvil under the Sterling people that work for the Sterlings. You have, I'm pretty sure, 2 guards that you have employed for a while now that are soldiers themselves, but it's just sort of 2 of them. And then
Yeah.
Nicholas had hired a couple of people to be his own personal guard specifically to protect him, and he brought them with him or stopped hiring them when he went up to live his most gratifying life.
His most fabulous, satisfying life, yes.
Also, Dominic's Crimson Cloaks would be that, but they have not been officially put into play yet. He is still gathering those and establishing that.
Okay. Okay, I guess she'll just have to talk to him about that. She needs to send a letter to the Bane Fortress, but to offer like support, but like we don't really have anything that we can other than ourselves like offer. So I guess I'll wait on that.
Out of character, they were looking for like a deals with the mines, like
I don't really know because you didn't.
Like we never really explored that, I guess. But yeah, there was like
I
mine wars, I guess.
Yeah, I already took care of that.
Oh, okay. And so then
I just needed to, because we had talked and you had said that they needed assistance because they were just kind of sequestered on their lands with bad stuff happening all around, but we don't really have anything to help them at this point. So I guess I'm gonna hold off on that. Everyone left. I'm gonna go over to Solana's room.
And Dahlia would still be in the dining room with your mother and Aunt Alice. Of course, Spudnik dipped, but
yeah, I'm not going to be long, so I'm gonna go do this Solana thing, and then I'll touch base, obviously, before leaving. So I'll go over, knock, fully expecting it to be answered by a guard or Rose or something.
Solana, you have, I would say at this point, just lowered yourself into your bath.
I am not home. Rose, please see who that is. I do not want to leave this warm water for at least 20 minutes.
Of course, Your Majesty. Of course. I shall send them away immediately. She goes to the door and she says, "Opening now." Yes?
And Eleanor kind of nods, like, "Hello, Miss Rose."
Yes, and who might you be, Lady Sterling?
I think you answered that one for yourself. I was hoping to...
Rose, who is it?
I have a picture of Rose on here, right? Oh yeah, I'm putting a picture of
With
Rose
the
back up here. With the pizza.
Only the best the second best NPC art.
What did you say to her again? Sorry.
Pizza. I said, "Hello, Miss Rose," and she asked who I was. Lady Sterling. I said, "I think you answered that one yourself." And then
Solana asked who was at the door.
Solana.
Oh, okay. Yes, well, it's customary to play a bit naive. It's the way of a lady.
Oh, yes, of course.
Yes, well, Your Highness, it's Lady Eleanor Sterling.
And then all you hear is just body push out of water.
It was her stomach. She's very hungry.
Oh, was dinner not sufficient? I can call to the kitchens, and if she requires something more to eat, we could see that arranged.
Yes, please do. Yes. She's
of course.
positively famished.
Is there anything specific that your sorry, that was Emily. That your lady prefers?
If your cook doesn't know how to cook for a princess, then I don't know if right now will be enough time to teach her.
All right. I'm sorry. Did I say something to offend you?
No. Why?
Yes, you. Oh no, it seemed that way.
No, you're quite mistaken.
Oh, I am. Am I mistaken?
Mm-hmm.
Oops.
Just like
Give me one moment, and she closes the door on you. In the room, she's leaning against the door, bosom heaving. Your Highness!
Solana's gonna walk out of the bathroom in like her silk robe. What is happening?
Lady
I'm
Sterling wishes
starving?
to have Yes, we don't have to eat it, okay? It's all I can think of. Lady Sterling wants an audience with your Highness. Now.
Then see her in.
She looks up and down you. Okay.
Well, after
Yes.
you dress me, of course. Do you know what your job entails?
I would never have. I would never. I will get your most. Conservative gown.
Lady Sterling's lady maid would never look her up and down like you just did. What was her name? Emma, I believe. Maybe she's looking to trade
I've heard she's a horrid thing, Your Highness. Horrid. You don't want her. All right, I'll get out your robes. Oh, I mean your dress. And she goes back to the door and calls through. Just wait there! And then goes and does the whole getting Solana dressed. Eleanor, you're outside for like 10 minutes.
Okay.
It's like donning armor at this point.
And then when you're set up, she will go back to the door and open it. And before she moves aside, she'll say, "Now, Lady Sterling, I just have to say, we know that it might be difficult for you to not want to go after vulnerable pretty women, but I just want to tell you, the princess is out of your league. You may come in."
Do you before she goes, do you make it a habit of insulting your hosts of wherever you stay?
Oh, begging your pardon, I didn't realize you had moved back in.
I don't care, Trey. I love you, Chantry.
Back my poncho.
Shit, Rose! Zero chill. Zero chill.
I will remember that, Miss Rose.
Please try to. Now come in, your ladyship.
It just like stares her down. Eleanor's pretty tall, so I'm sure that Rose is It's a little threatening. It's like businesswoman Eleanor's like the way that she stares down men in a boardroom. It's there to intimidate.
Mute it.
Mm.
Yeah, the door clicks shut behind you, and you enter Solana's room to find her looking like she's about to attend the theater or something. She is completely dolled out. There are still traces of her hair that are damp, but it's just adding to the depth of the golden colors and dynamic of her sort of wavy hair. And she's sitting in one of her chairs in the room.
Lady Sterling, what do I owe the
Princess.
pleasure?
Oh, it is concerning our conversation that we had the other day. You were looking for ways to endear yourself to the people of Dawnlin?
Yes, I must tell you, your cousin had some very unique thoughts on how I should do that.
Oh. Please, if you don't mind, enlighten me.
A lady should never... Well, I believe you know. But
You hear
Did
from
you have
across
a-
the room in a hidden corner behind like a partition.
did you have maybe a more solid plan? You are
Yes, I think I
a
do.
woman of lists, or so I'm told.
That I am. Something just recently came up. Sterling Bank carries interest in an orphanage in the area. We are going tomorrow to visit, and I thought that you may accompany us to perhaps show face at the orphanage. Get to see the children. Could be good for your image here.
How quaint. That is truly a wonderful idea. What time should I be ready? You don't seem like early risers.
I can assure you, I myself am, but I will make arrangements for the time tomorrow. Carriages will be arranged.
Wonderful.
But yes, as soon as that information is available, I will let your... And she kind of gives a glance over to like where Rose is. Your people know.
Yes, wonderful. And Rose will make sure that Aaron knows as well, so he can join
Aaron.
us. Aaron, that's right.
Of course.
I was going to
is
make him Aaron, but you said Aaron, so.
Aaron. I had to be fancy. That's fair.
That was
All
Aaron.
right.
Yeah,
Oh,
I think it's Aaron.
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 That's right.
Aaron.
Aaron. That's fair. Wonderful. Well, I will see you tomorrow. Please do not have the chef send up any food. I am not hungry.
Oh, your lady in waiting said otherwise. I was worried that dinner was not sufficient enough for you.
He was mistaken. Do you mind sending up a saucer of milk? I do have a kitten that needs something to eat.
Of course, I will arrange that.
Thank you, Lady Sterling. If that is all, I bid you good night.
She bows and takes her leave.
As soon as the door closes, Rose, reheat the water, please.
Yes, of course, Your
Um,
Majesty. It's so rude for someone to interrupt your bath. Oh.
So rude.
And you go through your whole process again.
Yep.
I'll grab someone that I see, one of the maids or whoever I just happen to see going around, about bringing up a saucer of milk, and we'll also make arrangements for the carriages in the morning, because I don't think anyone did that. They all just dispersed and left all the planning.
As they do.
Yeah.
Live there.
The person who no longer lives here. So once that is figured out, Eleanor will send word of that time as well. And she will basically commute over from wherever she's staying right now. Do we have apartments yet, or are we still in a hotel?
You could just stay in your room.
Yeah, that happens, but
Yeah, I think maybe if you go
that room for nothing.
I think maybe if you go and you're like doing all these preparations and Maeve is like not letting Dahlia like leave, Dahlia keeps trying to be like, oh, and go to get her shawl, but Maeve is like stopping her in the hall, and it's sort of like they keep moving paces, and then Maeve is like, why don't you two just stay here tonight? It's too far and too late at this point, and it's bitterly cold outside, and oh, I just can't bear the thought of leaving again. Oh, and she just is gripping Dahlia's arms tightly, and Dahlia's like, but where would we stay, dearest? And she says, oh, in Eleanor's room, it's perfect, it's just like she used to have it. And you're like walking past with your like very confident long-legged strut as you're like going to tell the carriage boys and stuff to get things ready, and you just see Dahlia like
long-legged strut.
Yeah, they got them long legs. Eleanor will stop and save Dahlia. Like, and she'll walk in. Like, oh, brother, it's so good to see you. We're just getting ready to head out.
Oh no, Eleanor, you basically missed all of supper. And we've been planning this dinner for all week. You surely cannot leave now, upon stealing from me the most delightful part of my entire day. This truly would have been the flower atop the bouquet, and it has been snipped before its time.
Yeah, that is how flowers work, though.
Dahlia says, yes, your dear mother has suggested that we spend the night so that we might have breakfast in the morn with her, and staying in your old quarters. And it does sound... I mean, your old room is bigger than our entire...
It's so much bigger. It's so much bigger.
This is quite the conundrum. I'm very torn. Because we want to stay here so badly.
Badly, but we're heading to the orphanage tomorrow.
Oh, good.
You have a change.
No need to go back then. If you're all going, you can all go together here, and I shall come with you. I would love to pinch some cute orphan cheeks. Those poor dears, they probably never had their cheeks pinched, and they're freezing in this winter. I'll warm them right up. I shall have the cook bake up some muffins tonight, just for them. And then when you deliver them, their faces will be so delighted. I'm getting teary thinking of my daughter and her betrothed, her betrothed, giving the orphans muffins. Oh, Eleanor, tell me you'll stay. I won't hear another word. I could not bear you leaving me tonight.
Do it.
Well, we don't have a change of clothes. Oh, we can't possibly wear the same thing.
Oh, don't
2
be
days
silly.
in a
I had a
row.
bunch of your old clothes put into the wardrobe, just so whenever you need to stay, it's all ready for you. Why else did you
Oh, but
think
what
I
about
had everyone else
Theodore?
leave? The room, I mean.
This is true, but
And
what
there's
about
plenty for
Dahlia?
dear Dahlia to wear, all the dresses you never wore. They're all in there.
They would be much too long, Mother.
I love
You're
you.
so much taller than her.
But they're much too long.
Sleepover.
And she
So
just
much
goes,
more activities.
All right. I am so very tired.
I
Now,
know, I am as well.
we will stay, Mother. Oh, if it would make you happy, and the
Oh,
orphans, we need their
hooray!
muffins.
Oh, yay, goody. Okay, I'll go tell the cook about the muffins. And we'll play a little game of Canache before bed. Oh, this is going to be the best night.
I'm much
And she
too
goes down the
tired.
hall, like, waving her handkerchief.
Eleanor
lucky
looks at
animal.
Dahlia like, I'm sorry?
Don't be. The best thing about being in your room tonight is that you don't have any of your paperwork here.
Bank is right there. I could pop over if
No,
I need
no.
to keep me busy.
Guess what? I love you even when you don't have paperwork with you. I know. Shocking.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I'll
It's my
recognize
defining
you in a
feature.
space without some of your work around, like little puppy dogs that we're taking care of. In fact, there may be so much room that we could not have to wear our clothes on our person. We could put them wherever.
Where? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes. What?
Nicholas approves this message.
But if you want to go get some of your paperwork,
What paperwork?
I don't know,
That
you
a
were
girl.
talking about paperwork, and she kind of like turns and starts walking away, looking at you over her shoulder, and then keeps walking, and she's just kind of tossing her like long braided curled hair.
Eleanor does that like wolf thing where they like float in the air with the big hard eyes.
We're gonna take a break.
Oh my god. I just got so warm.
A little warm over there.
Yeah, I'm so hot in my poncho.
So
We're
hot
going
in your
to-
poncho.
Take a 10-minute. Milo, don't turn your camera
Oh,
off.
stop.
I
Turn your
love.
camera back on.
Ah, how many
This
times do we have
is
to do this?
Andrew's
I
thing.
am sorry.
Let's cover.
Yeah, you better be.
Ugh. Chanter, you were born to play obnoxious NPCs. You know it.
You do it so good, so well.
I like the more subtle NPCs personally.
I've been
Is-
like studying your movements. Just incredible.
Thank you.
Just the difference between like the slight like head movements of like Rose versus Maeve and like the expressions, it's incredible.
Wow, thank
I
you.
love Rose. She's
Do-
so snarky.
Rose is
I know,
so
what the
good.
heck?
Seeing M's face.
Is that what we're saying? Okay.
It was so funny. Oh man.
Eleanor doesn't pull the like "how dare you speak to me" that way thing very often, but Rose just like kind of instantly like rubbed her the wrong way.
I know there was a moment of like, do you want to try that again?
Yeah.
What time are we supposed to be back for the break?
What time
know-
will you be back?
I
after
know.
10:45.
Too long.
10. Wait, it's about to be 10. It's about to be on the 40, so 50.
Until
Oh.
yeah.
10 till, yes.
Oh.
And break.
Break. I already had my break, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, they were doing the church stuff. I went to the bathroom quite a few times.
Yeah, we were there for an hour, so.
Yeah, trust me, I know.
Sorry that my camera or my what was it? My mic kept turning on.
Yeah, it only happened like once or twice.
Yeah.
I just didn't know if you knew. That's why I sent the message.
Yeah. I walked into a giant trampoline park full of screaming children, and I looked down and it was on, and I was like, "Oh!" Yeah.
Eleanor's so whipped.
Oh my gosh, that was adorable.
I love Eleanor and Dahlia.
What paper?
I don't know what you're talking about. There's no paperwork. It's just the like what paperwork? The like big nodding or shaking your head. Like, I
can't wait for you guys to see Solana's pet. He's so
cute.
cute.
You said something about a kitten.
I thought about asking to see it, but I was like, no.
Eleanor, just use your yarn ball. Cat.
I'm gonna steal your cat.
You could.
I don't want to do that.
Well, technically, he's not a cat. He's a dragon cat.
He's a flurkin.
He's a flurkin. He's so cute.
I forget what I was gonna say. Oh, but yeah. No, that was a fun scene at the end. Kind of already written. Did you ever read what I sent you, Brooklyn? The most recent thing?
No, I haven't. No. I needed to.
It's pretty much the scene that just happened. But it took place after the first night with the princess.
Wait, when did you send me this?
Oh, it was a while ago.
Send it to me again. Because I can't find it.
Look. It's not very long. It's only like a page or two right now.
I said, reading, and then I never read it. I'm sorry. Is that what it was?
Yeah. It's the work in progress. Did you find it?
I think so. We're only weeks. Okay. Reading it right now.
Okay.
Maybe I should wait. I'll wait. That's
no, it's not bad. It's not bad, I promise. It's readable. It's readable right now.
Are you sure?
Yeah. I promise.
I feel like maybe I should read this later. Or y'all could have a conversation while I read it. I'll just read it out loud. How about that? Just kidding.
Yes, please. Read it out loud.
Let's not do that.
I'll read it later because I will get sucked in right now. But I will read it. I promise.
It's only 2 pages. You can read that in like
only 2.
Yeah, that's not that much.
Okay, when I'm gonna send it again to myself.
Yeah. What did I?
Okay. Oh, Chanter is killing me, you guys. I can't. If I laugh, I cough.
Oh no!
I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die tonight. If Maeve and Rose show up again.
We like you too much.
Yeah.
Yay, Solana's coming with us.
That was great job, Eleanor.
Yeah. I was
like, I'm gonna be alone this session.
I know, it's just so hard because you're still kind of like on the outside of things. But I figured
she's a princess.
Yeah. So there's like a power imbalance kind of thing. So I was like, what could I do? You know.
I
And
think
like,
you were the
okay.
perfect person to go up because you had that conversation a little bit about like the arts and being involved in the city and
yeah. So
very smart.
So yeah, because I figured you guys could go. So Dove, Dominic, and Bridget could go talk to Bear and the girl, and Eleanor could stay with Solana and Maeve.
Dahlia and Maeve.
I believe Dahlia's coming. I guess so.
We're gonna leave
We'll find
Dahlia
out.
to deal with Maeve. At
God.
home.
This is a terrible idea. We're going to an orphanage. There's gonna be a lot of like baby fever, and Eleanor's just like
Eleanor's gotta be a mommy.
You're gonna end up adopting one too. You're gonna see how easy it is to just end up with a kid.
Here's the
steal
thing.
one.
I like No, I'm not gonna steal one. I've like talked to Mary about this because just what we talk about, like, what do you think about this? Eleanor, that because Dahlia wants kids. Eleanor's like still like, if that's what you want, kind of thing. Yeah, you know. But then it's like she's like pretty much like whatever you want, kind of thing. Like I can do with them, I can do without them. So it's like one of those things like it wouldn't happen right away because like they're both kind of like in the heights of their careers.
Yeah.
And Dahlia's like really young still.
Yeah.
So
I could see Eleanor though. Once Eleanor like has the kid, the baby in her arms, being like,
I don't even think.
Oh, this
I
is
don't
my
even think it's
world.
gonna be that. I don't even think it's gonna be that long.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be like even before.
I could see Eleanor's gonna be the one who's like, okay, this is what size your baby is right now. This is blah, blah, like knows everything about it, about stages of pregnancy. This is what's helpful right now with your morning sickness and blah 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 blah. Like Eleanor will have structured.
Yeah, she's like, I read somewhere that you're supposed to read to them, like in the womb, and so she's like constantly like. Eleanor's gonna be obsessed.
I'm assuming Dolly is the one who's pregnant. I don't know.
Yeah, God no. Eleanor's like, gross.
Yeah. I was, but like I can see Eleanor being like, Dolly, you need to walk around 3 blocks a day because that's healthy for the baby or whatever. Like, just like this is the regiment.
Yeah. It's like no more than 1 cup of tea a day.
Yeah.
Just every little thing. Every little thing.
Need to rest.
But I think getting Dahlia pregnant tonight. Is that what's happening?
Oh yeah, definitely. we keep trying.
Grab that fantasy strap on and let's go.
Yeah.
Well, Gail keeps trying to get Nicholas pregnant, but it's not taken.
It's not taken. I don't know what it is.
But they keep trying.
Yep. There's like a what do you call it? Like not an appendix. It's like a fan-made kind of like sex and sexuality, like it goes along with like 5e rules and everything. That has like all sorts of stuff about like gender and sex and all sorts of that. And there's like a bunch of like D&D, and there's like lots of like magic items and stuff.
Like the hex strap. Did you guys
hex strap?
The hex strap.
Yes.
Megan, where are you with Arcane? Have you finished it yet?
Oh God.
I'm sorry.
You still haven't? Okay.
I'm
assuming you haven't.
Just get on it.
I'm trying. I'm not trying. I'm not trying very hard. I'm sorry.
Get on it.
I want to. I want to. Here's the thing.
You need to. What's the thing? There is no thing.
There is a thing.
1, I don't have Netflix on my TV. 2.
Oh, that's right.
Heimerdinger keeps showing up, and I hate his little cat ass so much.
Dang.
Every time he comes on screen, I get angry.
Oh, no.
How far are you?
I'm in a season 2. I still hate him.
I felt that way at season 1, but by the end of season 2,
I'm not the end.
What episode?
I see what he's trying to do. I think I watched 2 or 3. Let me look them up.
Because I don't want to say anything.
How
know,
did you
mushy.
stop after 2 or 3 episodes of season 2?
Because I
Yeah.
lost access to Netflix on my TV.
Do you need
Boo.
the
Head.
password? Do you need my account?
Yeah,
What's
give
that?
me your stuff right
Okay,
now.
hold
Give
on.
it to me right now.
Give me your stuff right now. Yeah,
Right
Bridget
now.
is gone for the rest of the episode.
I'm busy. Ugh.
Um,
I'm sorry.
Elle and Bridget, you told me his name, and it's went in one ear and out the other. What's the guard's name again? How did I pronounce it?
Arin.
Arin.
Aaron.
I wrote it down.
A-R-R-E-N is how we can remember it. I know
Okay.
that's not how it's spelled, but Aaron.
I can't wait to tell Mary that the words hex strap were said during this session.
I saw on TikTok where they made Mel's mother a strap-on.
It's the same
That-
person. They've done
thing
the
looks
shimmer
gnarly.
shimmer strap, the Noxian Pride, and the hex strap.
Megan and I were talking when Solana was in the bathtub and Eleanor knocked on the door. I was so hoping you were going to pull an Ambessa and be like, "Come in."
I was ready. I was ready for it too.
I
Stand up.
thought
okay.
about it. I thought about it for like a
I
second.
was prepared. I was prepared.
Should have thought about it
You
more.
should-
Should've thought
Hey,
about it
yeah.
more.
send me your email address.
Okay.
Meg.
I'll message
I
you.
was prepared.
Genuinely, I was like, she'll just stand up full ass naked and just greet this
Here's
woman.
Here's the thing. Eleanor's like pretty like she's a big old simp. Also she's
That's her.
demisexual, which I figured out after book 1. And I was like, oh yeah, that makes a lot of sense. That does make sense. How about that? Huh. It explained a lot of her actions too, I think, throughout things.
If you do show up naked, though, you will never hear the end of it.
Invite sent
if your character ends up
for the
naked.
Netflix.
You what?
Eleanor
Solana
wouldn't say
walking
anything.
into a room naked is going to be a lot different than Dominic walking into a room
No.
naked.
Okay. Oh, thank you.
What happened?
He was in his
Don't
own
worry
room.
about it.
He can be in his own room naked.
There's
I
a lot
see
of naked
naked
people in this house tonight.
It's like Solana just is like, these people are exhausting. They can't even sit down and have dinner without being interrupted.
Hey,
Yeah,
we
I
just
know.
had a week of normalcy, okay? And there were
We
probably
did,
lots
we
of dinners
did.
that were fine. Probably.
Wait, it was normal for you guys? Oh man.
No,
As
normalcy.
normal as, yeah.
Sterling normalcy.
Yep. I love that dove. What paperwork? Hard eyes, hard eyes. Yeah, pretty much. Exactly correct.
I keep trying to. I keep forgetting.
Paula.
I'm trying to remember to get quotes from everybody, and I keep forgetting that that's a goal that I
Okay.
have, so that everybody.
Yeah.
So if anybody
I can
here's a
start
good
watching
one,
Arcane now. Thank you. Everyone say thank you to Milo.
yay!
Thank
Thank
you.
you, Milo.
Thank you, Milo.
Because please,
problem.
so I can start recommending fanfiction.
Yes! I
Oh
did
my
it
God,
because I
I'm
love
reading-
fanfiction.
I'm reading an AU right now. It's like overtaken the fandom right now. I don't know if
What?
anyone heard the NASA fic.
What?
NASA AU.
Yes, it's so good.
Sounds really good.
It's Kate Vi because that's all I read. Well, some other things, but mostly just queer.
Well,
Vi
David.
is an astronaut, and Caitlin is her like Capcom like operator, so she's like her communications person. And they like are talking, and it's super good. It has 1 chapter left, but it's almost
That
it's almost finished.
adorable. That sounds
It's
awesome.
so good.
Chantry's
It's so
back.
good. Hi, Chantry.
Milo's gone.
Oh,
What is it called? Why history?
I never left.
History?
Never left.
Why? Why are you doing this to me?
Oh man.
Okay, I'm just gonna. Yeah, it has 1 chapter left. It's called "I Would Bring You the Stars and the Moon."
oh.
Hey
So
Chantry,
good.
be sure to include our discussions about
No.
strap-ons, magical strap-ons, and
X straps.
For the kids,
fanfics. That's make
Please.
sure we
How
include
else
that.
will they learn?
How else are they gonna learn?
How many people are naked in the Sterling house at once tonight?
It's a
Wait, you
lot,
guys
as it
got
turns
Jimmy
Everyone
John's
go
in
around
Utah?
and say if you're naked or not. Ready,
seen
go.
a Jimmy John's in Utah.
What?
I didn't know you guys had Jimmy John's in Utah.
Yeah.
They're like all over.
They're all over.
They're a
I'd
national
never
brand.
seen one when I went to Salt Lake.
You weren't looking
How
very
do we
hard then.
become friends?
Like
With
I thought it was a
people.
Midwest thing.
Mm-mm.
No.
That
You
man
I will
guys
say-
have become friends with people.
Good Zaxby's is a South thing.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Because
it
the
is.
Zaxby's out here
Zaxby's.
sucks.
Mm.
It's not so great out here either.
Alabama will probably
More
have
you know.
Zaxby's.
There we go.
I felt like Zaxby's in Tennessee was so good.
So good.
Probably is.
Um,
What are you typing to me?
Me?
well, it's less of a secret now.
Oh,
Christ.
Why are you
I was like,
typing to me in our private chat?
You're metagaming right now. I'm kidding.
Elle has no chill herself.
Zero.
It's-
Have you met
it's-
me?
It's just Dahlia sits on your face. Like
You go to your room and I don't know, she sits on your face.
It's still the fun. Just the way he said it, like, I don't know.
I don't know.
There was also a funny joke about being stepped on
Oh.
that I'll tell that one later.
I don't think Dahlia's the dominatrix type, I'm sorry to tell
No.
you.
No, I don't know. I really don't.
I think it.
I have no idea anything because I asked Chantry to fill out the get to know my ship in 5 minutes.
Oh, I'm
Maybe
sorry.
she
I was just
dumb.
busy being a million people this week.
But
but not Dahlia.
Yeah, definitely.
maybe she's a soft dom. Soft
see that.
outside the bedroom and dom in the bedroom.
I could see that.
Mary asked me that one day. She's like, "Is Eleanor a top?" And I was like, "I don't know."
Let's say, what?
That means no. I think.
That's what everyone says.
I think Eleanor is
Isn't
a sub top.
Oh,
You mean
I can
power bottom?
see that.
I could see
no.
that. She wants to be told what to do. When you have that much going on and so much like white knuckled control over your life, you just want someone to
You
tell
want to
you what
let
to
go,
do.
yeah. She definitely is a praise kink.
Oh,
yeah,
100%.
100%.
Tell
But then
me I'm a
again,
good
who
girl.
doesn't?
Oh my gosh.
I'm
I'm not
sorry.
gonna survive this conversation, you guys.
Why not? It's just
Brooklyn?
praise kink. That's like, oh,
Just
because you're
praise
coughing,
kink.
because you're laughing. That's why I was like,
Oh,
Every time
she
I thought it
laughs.
was because I thought it was because Brooklyn did because
I know.
he
I thought
said
you were being
something
prudy,
earlier.
and I'm like, girl, don't. I could show some
No,
screenshots.
something was said
Things you
earlier
said.
where she like kind of like stopped, and I was like, "Oh, Brooklyn's gonna." It's like I'm finding out. So much
Brooklyn
about her.
used to be a little more prudy than she definitely is now.
Oh, I used to
Nerdy
be
kids must die.
way more pretty.
Nerdy
Nerdy
Prince
Prince must
must
die. Must die.
Okay,
Oh,
who's
man.
ready?
I'm so ready.
Oh, I guess.
Kinda.
Let's go fight some children or whatever.
Let's
we're
go
gonna
murder
do.
children.
You literally have
know
been
you
trying to
promised
get to this
combat.
orphanage, and you just.
I was promised combat.
We were promised
I guess we're
combat. I'm
fighting the
assuming
kids
it's
then.
gonna be the kids.
No combat.
I thought we
mean-
were gonna have to fight those Phelan
I
people
thought I was
I
gonna
thought
get
we
from
were
that blue
too.
hall, but yeah.
for sure. I was like, those people are dead, and we're gonna have to fight them.
You guys fight Belon in the study, and Solana will have dinner with the family.
I
It's
thought I was
fine.
gonna have to cast sending or something to get someone to come help us.
Are you guys
We're
ready?
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Kinda.
Mostly.
It drops a die.
I have.
A praise king.
Join the club.
Everybody does.
We all like to be told we're doing a good job, okay?
I know. Oh, my thing is I like to be
sorry.
told that I'm nice. Sorry.
I'm sorry.
Andrew's gonna have to do so much editing.
Just the whole break chunk.
Hey, you can ask us if we're ready again, and we'll say yes this time.
Like it's the first time you've asked us.
I just hope y'all are okay with anything that you say being maybe on the recording.
Yeah, I don't
On
care.
the
Yeah, I've
internet
accepted
forever.
that.
Yeah, everyone's aware.
Yep.
Okay.
This video is gonna get age restricted.
And whose fault is that?
I always put on there that it's not for children anyways.
Oh, okay.
Just in case the F-bomb gets thrown around.
Who would do that?
Nicholas did for a while.
So did Dominic.
Same.
Definitely gonna cut this part out.
Okay, ask us if we're ready. We're ready. Are you ready,
I'm
Chantry?
ready.
Ah, Chantry, come on!
Is everyone ready?
Yes.
The night is still when it begins.